Ah, summer, the season of sunshine, swimming, and slashers. There's something about the combo of carefree summer days and the lurking terror of a masked killer that makes summertime slashers so deliciously terrifying. Whether it's the isolation of a remote campsite or the vulnerability of a group of promiscuous teens, these films tap into our primal fears of being hunted when we least expect it. Today we're diving into 5 spine-tingling slashers that'll keep you out of the woods this summer. You've heard of Jason and his hockey mask, but today we're talking about 5 summertime slashers that aren't Friday the 13th. What's up, horror freaks? Welcome back to the Emporium of Dread. I'm your undead horror guide, Boney Stiff, and today we're slicing into 5 summertime slashers that aren't Friday the 13th. First up on our list is 1981's Madman. This cult classic stars Galen Ross, known for Dawn of the Dead, and Tony Fish. The plot centers around a group of camp counselors who hear the story of Madman Mars, a local farmer who went on a killing spree. Legend has it if you call his name, he'll return to seek revenge. Spoiler alert, someone does, and the nightmare begins. Madman begins with a chilling campfire tale where the grizzled camp cook tells the story of Madman Mars, a farmer who brutally murdered his family with an axe.
It was the same night as tonight. The woods, quiet and dark. The farmer, for no apparent reason, went stark, raving mad.
The story goes that he was lynched by the local townsfolk but mysteriously vanished, leaving his legend to haunt the campgrounds. The film sets a tense atmosphere right from the start, using the dark wooded setting to its advantage.
2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
The camp counselors, played by a cast of relatively unknown but contemporary actors, are typical slasher fare: young, attractive, and blissfully unaware of the lurking danger. Galen Ross, using the pseudonym Alexis Dubin, plays Betsy, the no-nonsense counselor who eventually takes on the final girl role. Tony Fish's character TP provides a mix of charm and bravado. What sets Madman apart from other slashers of its time is its commitment to atmosphere. The film relies heavily on its eerie setting and creepy synth-heavy score to build tension. Director Joe Giannone does an excellent job of using shadows and sound to keep viewers on the edge, often allowing our imaginations to fill in the gruesome details. Madman Mars himself is a formidable villain, tall, hulking, and nearly indestructible. He embodies the unstoppable force of nature trope that makes slashers so terrifying. His weapon of choice, an axe, is used to devastating effect in several memorable kill scenes. The practical effects, while dated by today's standards, are effectively gruesome, adding to the film's overall sense of dread. Despite its low budget and somewhat cliched premise, Madman has earned a cult following over the years. Its simplicity is its strength, sticking to the tried and true formula of isolating its characters and picking them off one by one. The film's climax, a cat-and-mouse chase through the woods and abandoned buildings, is particularly well executed, providing plenty of thrills and chills.
Richie!
Man, Mars. He's real.
Next up, we have Tourist Trap from 1979, directed by David Schmoller, and starring Chuck Connors, Jocelyn Jones, and Tanya Roberts. The film follows a group of friends whose car breaks down, leading them to a bizarre roadside museum run by the eccentric Mr. Slauson.
Used to be I'd charge 75 cents a day to swim here. Not no more, though.
The mannequins in the museum seem almost too real, and it's not long before the friends realize they're in grave danger.
But I'm not much of a mechanic, so...
Well, maybe I can help you out. Why don't you kids hop aboard and we'll drop by the house with my tools?
Tourist Trap opens with a bang. Literally, a young man searching for help after his car breaks down finds himself in a deserted gas station where strange things start to happen. Objects move on their own, and mannequins come to life, setting the stage for the surreal and supernatural elements that define this film. Chuck Connors delivers a standout performance as Mr. Slauson, the seemingly kind and hospitable owner of the roadside attraction. Connors' portrayal of Slauson is multi-layered. He shifts effortlessly between charming host and menacing predator, keeping the audience guessing about his true intentions.
I thought I told her not to.
Well, she said she just wanted to cool off.
I'll bet she's snooping around out back.
His presence adds a layer of gravitas to the film, elevating it above the average slasher. The group of friends played by Jocelyn Jones, Tanya Roberts, John Van Ness, and others fit the typical slasher mold, but are given enough personality to make their fates matter to the audience. Jones's character Molly takes on the final girl role with a mix of vulnerability and determination that makes her journey compelling. Director David Schmoller creates a unique, creepy atmosphere in Tourist Trap. The setting itself, a dilapidated museum filled with lifelike mannequins, is inherently unsettling. The mannequins, many of which are disturbingly realistic, play a central role in the film's scares. Schmoller uses practical effects and clever camera work to bring these inanimate figures to life, making them a constant source of unease. The film's supernatural elements set it apart from other slashers of its time. The mannequins aren't just creepy, they seem to be under some kind of malevolent control, adding a layer of mystery and fear. The kills in Tourist Trap are inventive and unsettling, utilizing the mannequins and other props in creative ways to keep the audience on edge. Despite its supernatural leanings, Tourist Trap remains the core elements of a slasher film. There's a sense of isolation and helplessness as the friends realize they're trapped with no easy escape. The tension builds steadily, leading to a series of shocking and suspenseful confrontations with Mr. Slauson. The film's climax is both thrilling and disturbing as the true nature of Slauson's power is revealed. Without giving too much away, let's just say the Tourist Trap delivers on its promise of a horrifying experience that will make you think twice about stopping in a roadside attraction. Moving on down the list, we head to a 1990s favorite, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Released in 1997 and directed by Jim Gillespie and starring Jennifer Love Hewitt, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Ryan Phillippe, and Freddie Prinze Jr., after a tragic accident one summer night, 4 friends make a pact to keep it secret. A year later, they find themselves stalked by a relentless killer with a hook who knows exactly what they did last summer.
No way.
Oh my god. But I thought...
I didn't see it.
The film opens with a scene that has become iconic. A group of friends celebrating the 4th of July on the beach. Their carefree night takes a dark turn when they accidentally hit a pedestrian with their car. Panicked and unsure of what to do, they decide to dispose of the body and vow never to speak of it again. This opening sets up the central conflict of the movie and introduces us to the main characters. Jennifer Love Hewitt plays Julie, the moral center of the group who struggles the most with their secret. Hewitt's performance is both emotional and compelling, making Julie a relatable and sympathetic protagonist. Sarah Michelle Gellar, coming off her success on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, plays Helen, a beauty queen whose glamorous life begins to unravel as the killer closes in. Ryan Phillippe is Barry, a hot-headed jock, and Freddie Prinze Jr. plays Ray, Julie's boyfriend, whose guilt and regret weigh heavily on him.
Look, I thought a lot about last summer. I know you hold me responsible for what happened.
What makes I Know What You Did Last Summer stand out is its combination of slasher elements with a mystery thriller. The killer, dressed in a fisherman's slicker and wielding a sharp hook, is a terrifying figure who haunts the friends with notes and phone calls, reminding them that he knows their secret. The film builds tension through these psychological scares as well as its more traditional slasher sequences.
I'm sorry. I swear I didn't mean it. Please don't.
Director Jim Gillespie does an excellent job of creating suspense, using both the picturesque coastal town setting and the dark, claustrophobic spaces where the killer strikes. The film's cinematography and score enhance the sense of dread, keeping viewers on the edge of their seats. The cast's chemistry and strong performances add depth to the story, making the characters' fear and desperation palpable. As the friends try to uncover the identity of the killer, they're forced to confront the guilt and consequences of their actions. This moral complexity adds a layer of intrigue to the film. The kills in I Know What You Did Last Summer are both creative and brutal, delivering the kind of visceral thrills that slasher fans crave. The film's climax, set during a chaotic 4th of July parade, is particularly intense, combining suspense and action and shocking revelations. Our fourth pick is 1981's The Burning, directed by Tony Maylam. This film features a young cast including Brian Matthews and Leah Ayres, and early appearances by Jason Alexander and Holly Hunter. Based on the urban legend of Cropsey, the plot follows a summer camp caretaker who, after a prank gone wrong, is horribly disfigured. 5 years later, Cropsey is released from the hospital but is consumed by rage and ready to exact his revenge.
Please, God. No! No, get away! Get away from me, please!
The film takes place at a summer camp where a new group of counselors and campers are unaware of the danger lurking in the woods. Brian Matthews plays Todd, the head counselor with a dark secret connected to Cropsey's past. Leah Ayres plays Michelle, Todd's co-counselor and love interest.
You're a pushover. You always believe the best. You're too easy.
The cast also includes a young Jason Alexander who provides some comic relief, and Holly Hunter in one of her first roles ever. Director Tom Mayland creates a tense and suspenseful atmosphere using the camp's isolation to build a sense of dread. The lush wooded setting is both beautiful and foreboding, with Cropsey stalking his prey through the dense foliage. The film's pacing is deliberate, allowing the tension to build gradually before delivering its shocking and brutal kills. The practical effects by Tom Savini are a highlight of The Burning. Savini, known for his work on films like Dawn of the Dead and Friday the 13th, brings his expertise to the film's gore effects, making the kills both realistic and gruesome. One of the most memorable scenes involves Cropsey attacking a group of campers on a raft, delivering a shocking and visceral sequence that's become a standout moment in slasher history. The characters in The Burning are more developed than many other slashers, with the counselors and campers given enough personality to make their fates matter. Todd's backstory adds an extra layer of complexity to its narrative, as his connection to Cropsey becomes a central element of the story. The film's climax is intense and satisfying. The use of fire and shadows in this sequence creates a visually striking and suspenseful conclusion. Last but certainly not least is Sleepaway Camp from 1983, directed by Robert Hiltzik, starring Felicia Rose, Jonathan Tiersten, and Karen Fields. The story revolves around Angela, a shy and quiet girl sent to summer camp with her cousin Ricky. As campers start to meet grisly ends, the mystery deepens, leading to one of the most shocking twist endings in horror history. Sleepaway Camp begins with a tragic accident that leaves young Angela orphaned and living with her eccentric aunt.
There's a bomb!
Holy shit! Turn it! Turn the wheel!
8 years later, Angela and her cousin Ricky are sent to camp for the summer. Angela's introvert and awkward demeanor makes her an easy target for bullies.
What are you looking at?
But as the summer progresses, those who torment her start to meet violent ends. Felicia Rose delivers a haunting performance as Angela, capturing her vulnerability and the deep trauma she carries. Jonathan Tiersten plays Ricky, Angela's fiercely protective cousin who attempts to shield her from the camp's cruelty.
Fucking bastards are gonna pay for this! Cocksuckers! Pricks! I'm here to fight you chicken shit!
Karen Fields plays Judy, the camp's queen bee and one of Angela's main tormentors.
Say something, you spoiled little bitch!
Director Robert Hiltzik creates a disturbing atmosphere, using the idyllic summer camp setting to contrast the film's dark elements. The kills are creative and brutal, with each death adding to the film's growing sense of mystery and dread. Practical effects are used effectively to make the deaths shockingly realistic. One of the film's strengths is its ability to keep the audiences guessing. As the body count rises, viewers are left to wonder who's behind the killings. The film drops subtle hints and red herrings throughout, building towards an infamous twist ending. The film also tackles themes of identity, trauma, and revenge, adding layers of psychological horror to the physical violence. The climax of Sleepaway Camp is one of the most talked about moments in horror history. Without giving away too much, the final reveal is both shocking and disturbing, providing a chilling conclusion to the film's narrative. There you have it, my frightful friends, 5 summertime slashers that aren't Friday the 13th. Perfect for your next horror movie marathon. Which one will you watch first? Let me know in the comments below. And if slashers are your thing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the undead life out of that bell for more great horror content like this. Until next time, stay stiff.